We grow up believing we understand the limits of size. We see animals in books, on screens, in zoos, and assume we've seen it all. But sometimes, nature produces something so massive, so far beyond expectation, that the human brain struggles to process it. These are not myths or exaggerations. If cameras hadn't been rolling, you'd never believe they were real. Prepare yourself, because what you're about to see will permanently change how you define the word big. This is Misterval Wild. Crocodiles are survivors. They ruled this planet long before humans existed. But Cassius exists on a completely different scale. Stretching over 5.5 meters and weighing nearly 3,000 pounds, this reptile rivals the length of a family car. Standing near him feels less like observing wildlife and more like standing beside a living fossil. At night, shadows take on new meaning. When Philippines fruit bats unfold their wings, the air itself seems to change. With wingspans approaching the height of an adult human, they are reminders that the sky has giants too, hidden until darkness reveals them. Not all giants inspire comfort. Even snails surprise with size 40 centimeters under watchers' eyes, proving that even humble creatures can grow to startling proportions. On an Alaskan highway, traffic slowed, not because of construction, but because of a moose that seemed impossibly large. When placed beside an SUV, the animal appeared taller, wider, and longer. Encounters like this remind drivers that in some places, humans are still very much visitors. At first glance, it barely looks real. The ocean's sunfish drifts like a misplaced object until its size becomes clear. Weighing more than a pickup truck, it holds the title of the heaviest bony fish on Earth. A reminder that evolution doesn't always favor speed. Sometimes mass is enough. Among horses, few can rival Big Jake. This Belgian draft horse stood over 2.1 meters tall and weighed more than 2,500 pounds. His living space had to be custom built, reinforcing the reality that some animals outgrow even our largest expectations. Some dogs are companions, others are guardians. A Tibetan Mastiff strains against its enclosure, weighing more than 300 pounds. Tibetan Mastiffs were bred to stand alone against predators. When one like this strains against its enclosure, it becomes clear this isn't just a pet. It's a living wall of muscle and instinct. Selected over centuries, alibi dogs were built for endurance and dominance. When one grows beyond typical limits, it becomes something closer to legend than livestock protection. Wolves think twice when dogs reach this scale. No aggression, no noise, just mass. When an elk steps into the road, vehicles yield automatically. Weighing over half a ton, it doesn't need to prove strength. Their presence does it for them. Aldabra tortoises live for centuries and grow heavier than motorcycles. Despite their slow pace, food can motivate surprising bursts of speed. Far from the road, an angler wrestles something monstrous from the depths. After more than an hour of struggle, a colossal catfish emerges, nearly 3 meters long and weighing close to 280 pounds. It's larger than many compact cars, proving that rivers can hide giants just as awe-inspiring as those on land. In open water, manta rays glide like underwater aircraft. With wingspans reaching 7 meters and weights rivaling rhinoceroses, these gentle giants appear almost unreal as divers swim beside them. Sea turtles vary dramatically in size, but leatherbacks exist in a category of their own. Reaching weights of nearly 2,000 pounds and stretching over 2 meters long, these ocean giants are often compared to small vehicles rather than reptiles. In coastal waters, elephant seals remind us who truly rules the shoreline. When several climb onto a fishing vessel, their combined weight makes the boat sink alarmingly low. These are the largest seals on Earth, proof that mass alone can be a survival strategy. Then there's Brody, a Kodiak bear that redefined captivity records. Standing nearly 3 meters tall and weighing more than a ton, he dwarfed enclosures designed for already massive animals. Even ceiling heights seem inadequate when bears reach this scale. On the African plains, a massive Barbary lion walks calmly past cars, unfazed by human presence. Measuring over 3 meters from nose to tail, this lion's confidence reflects the dominance that once made its species legendary. What looks like a prehistoric wolf wanders a road in Yellowstone. It's a timber wolf, massive, muscular, and eerily reminiscent of creatures from fantasy lore. River wolves, confident and keen, masters of water, strong and serene. Confidence radiates from this animal. Giant river otters patrol their territory openly, even with predators nearby. Their size and teamwork earn them a nickname, river wolves. It looks like something from a nightmare. This isn't a camera trick. This rodent is several times larger than the rats most people know. Encounters like this trigger a deep, instinctive reaction, because when familiar animals grow too large, they stop feeling harmless. On a Russian farm, a chicken stands tall. Yurlov crowers nearly a meter, surprising all. When everyday animals exceed expectations, the shock hits harder because no one is prepared for it. Among insects, the Atlas moth stands apart. Its wings stretch wider than a human handspan, yet it moves with quiet calm. A giant, yes, but one built for grace, not fear. A swan hisses aggressively at a dog, asserting dominance through size alone. Measuring up to 1.5 meters long, these birds are far more formidable than they appear. A wild boar stands upright while rummaging through trash, its bulk and posture making it look more like a bear than a pig. Size can even save lives. Take Knickers, an Australian cow so tall and heavy that slaughter equipment simply couldn't accommodate him. Standing nearly 2 meters tall and weighing over a ton, his size turned him into a viral symbol of unexpected survival. Some pigs reach unimaginable sizes. One record holder tipped the scales at over 2,600 pounds, requiring dozens of people to move it. Darius the rabbit, a giant in fur. At first glance, it looks like a small dog, but this is a rabbit, one that eats thousands of fruits each year and grows longer than most pets. Proof that size doesn't always change personality. For centuries, sailors spoke of monsters beneath the waves. When a giant squid appears near the surface, the old stories suddenly make sense. Even young individuals reach staggering lengths, shadows from a world humans rarely see. Meet Aragon Vino, a bull that looks engineered, not born. This Belgian blue is famous for double muscling, a rare genetic trait that drives extreme muscle growth with almost no body fat. Every step looks powerful, every muscle sharply defined. Weighing over a ton, Aragon moves like a living tank. Goats are usually compact farm animals, but this one breaks every expectation. Standing nearly 5 feet tall and weighing over 690 pounds, it towers above its handler. Meet Odin, a liger, born from a lion and a tiger. Weighing roughly 900 pounds and standing over 3 meters tall when upright, he represents what happens when genetics break conventional boundaries. Animals like this blur the line between reality and legend. Oversized cats like Samson and Kafir blur the line between pet and predator, costing hundreds each month simply to maintain. Yet size and charm cannot be bought. A giant centipede slithers 40 centimeters long, venom enough to right many wrongs. A predator small yet fearsome in might, showing that danger comes in all heights. Tasmania's rivers hide giant freshwater crayfish with claws strong enough to sever fingers, living proof that freshwater ecosystems can be just as dangerous. Texas kangaroo, Jack by name, stood over 6.5 feet, a beast of fame. Human-sized strength, standing so tall. Nature reminds us it surpasses all. Caucasian shepherd dogs are already legendary for their size and strength, but individuals like Zafir, nicknamed Godzilla, push that reputation even further. Towering over most breeds, this gentle giant shows how selective breeding can create animals that look intimidating yet remain loyal companions. Finally, the African elephant, the largest land animal alive. Standing beside a van, its scale becomes undeniable. Some individuals weigh more than 6 cars combined, making them true titans of Earth. The natural world still holds giants, hidden in forests, rivers, and oceans, and somewhere, right now, something even bigger may still be waiting to be seen. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.